just different.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, we gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got it like I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. Said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity until the stress gone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no Revlon. I ain't trying to make you blush, but this a highlight. We send the high vibes, homie, this a high life. We rising far above the game, that's a flyby. But we still connected to the source, that's that Wi-Fi. Reception, now we answer the call. This squad taking questions and we answer them all. We don't wanna see you fall, we wanna see you ball. We all gon' eat with the peeps, we gon' feed them all. Couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. I said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure.
What's happening, good people? I hope that you guys are having a blessed start to your week here. Today, man, we're going to be diving into some SAM.gov tips and tricks that I utilize, and hopefully you guys can start to utilize them in your business as well to help you get your $1 million when it comes to working with the federal government here. So make sure you guys are hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out with 3 other entrepreneurs, business owners that you know need to find out how the heck can you utilize SAM.gov a little bit better here to take you to your $1 million success when it comes to working with the government. Also, don't forget, make sure you always put in the comments where you're tuning in from. It's always a possibility of networking. You never know who's listening or watching on replay. And most importantly, put in there, I am a millionaire. And don't forget, you got to believe it when you type I am a millionaire in there. Because no matter what I show you today, what I teach you in any of the other videos, if you don't believe that you can do exactly what I'm saying, then guess what? You never get it done. So believe I am a millionaire when you put that in there. Now, I'm not going to try to hold you guys here too long tonight. I know I'm competing with the finals. Of course, the finals will come on when I'm doing it. So we want to go ahead and get on up this information in and get on up out of here. If you guys do have questions at any time for anything that I go over, feel free to drop them down in the comments. I'm definitely here watching an area, so I'll be able to answer those for you. Now, let's get ready to take a look at this here, SAM.gov. But before we do go to SAM.gov, don't forget you can always visit GovCon cheat codes with the S.com, and you can access everything that we got going on here. If you would like to get involved with SB Money Flow, you can come under softwares and access that. If you like Pure Money AI, it's located there. If you need more education on government contracting, we have an entire course full of information, and we do meet on Zoom once every month, the last Monday. You can access that here under programs at GovCon Cheat Codes University. If you need consultations, those are located right here as well. And if you want to see some of the trainings that we have located here, you can access those right here, but you'll be able to get all of those on GovCon Cheat Codes University. And last but not least, the Middleman Club. We have the government contract and Middleman Club. We meet once every other week for an hour. And this is where we are going over how to become the best middleman when it comes to government contracting. You can access that at MiddleMansClub.com. Once again, that is MiddleMans with an S, club.com. But let's get ready to dive here into SAM.gov, okay? Hopefully you guys are registered in SAM.gov already. Go ahead and sign in here. Now, you do need to have the Authenticator app so you can get this little code. All right. Now, I'm not going to go into a bunch of detail on SAM.gov, different things to use, but you should know that you need the account on SAM.gov if you haven't done it already. You're going to go ahead and go to Getting Started and just follow the steps to get your business registered. You should be able to handle that there. But there's a lot of things with SAM.gov that we often don't pay attention to. I know a lot of times we just talk about the contract opportunities here, where you can absolutely come click on contract opportunities. I would highly advise you to hit advanced search. And now you can go ahead and filter through opportunities here. And we're going to just touch on this for a second here. To be the best government contractor, guys, you have to be willing to create something called a pipeline. And a pipeline is literally, it should be 10 times more than the amount that you want to make. So if you want to make $1 million, we need to have a $10 million pipeline. And I know that sounds like a lot of money and it sounds unbelievable, but when you're working with a customer that spends over $4 trillion with a T, not a B, trillion dollars a year, it becomes a little bit more realistic that you absolutely can generate $1 million if you focus. So this pipeline helps us focus. There's a couple things that you should do on your pipeline. We want some quick wins, okay? Quick wins is we win a contract and can generate some revenue right now. We want some projects that are going to take a little longer, maybe 6 months to a year. And then we want the take you out type projects. These are the projects that are going to scale you up and take you to a whole nother level. These projects probably are going to take you a year or two to prep yourself and build the team for. But again, this is the pipeline of opportunities. We don't need a lot of opportunities that I'll just say it on this back end, the ones that are going to take us to the next level. Those could be $10 million contracts or $50 million contracts that, again, you're saying, hey, I'm going to prepare myself for the next 2-3 years for this opportunity here. And I'm putting a lot of eggs in this basket because I plan to shake a lot of hands, kiss a lot of babies, put the right team together, whether it's the incumbent or you're putting a whole new thing together. But they're going to take some time. Now, again, once I can understand that, where do we find, I'm going to start on the back end, where do we find opportunities that could take a long time? Well, you could always come here and look for your notice types, and you could look up something like a pre-solicitation or a sources sought. A sources sought actually could get you a direct award a whole lot quicker, right? A sources sought also could take a little bit of time, and maybe the project doesn't get funded at all. But again, these are things that they're going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of building for. But a source is sought is not a contract yet. It's never been out on the street. It's the government saying, hey, is there somebody out there who can assist us at some point with this? They may not procure it in that same contract year either. It may be the next year that they do it. Pre-solicitations, same thing. It's not a real solicitation yet. You can start to get in front of things and build your time out. But another key component to all of this is the research. If you just take your time and research, the government shows you what they spent already. So a $50 million contract, well, usually that's probably going to be about 5 years. So you just have to now say, okay, 5 years, that $50 million contract probably will come up for renewal or recompete, should I say. And now you could start to prep because they're in year 3 of the contract. You could start to prep and prepare yourself for 2027. And I know this sounds so crazy to people. Like, what do you mean prep and prepare for 2027? Well, we're talking about $50 million here. So yes, you're going to take some time to prep and prepare, and you probably need that much time because we got to go wine and dine some folks. We got to go shake some real hands and get some babies out here for $50 million. We can't play around. The only other way that we're going to be able to raise our status and our name, our business name, is to win contracts. Like, as those 3 years approach, we've been winning contracts. We've been building past performance. So now it makes sense because we were prepping for this, right? That's why we need 3 years. And this is why you're going to have that pipeline for these quick wins that could be, the combined synopsis. These are things that are going to be happening right now. It's already funded. Solicitations, you could take a look at this stuff, right? These are things that are already funded. But guys, I don't want to harp on looking through SAM.gov and utilizing this. I've got a software called SB Money Flow that we can do this a whole lot easier for you, but that's not really what I wanted to come here to show you guys about SAM.gov. Now, SAM.gov has a lot of information on it, and the better you learn how to utilize it, the easier government contracting gets for you, as well as it explains a lot how the United States government operates as a business. So this thing called data bank right here, okay, you can actually come here and find a lot of reports. Now, the key to government contracting to me is to research the opportunities. I'm about to say the ops. Research the ops before you approach them, right? You never go into a game. You never take on competition without really knowing who you're about to compete with, not as an adult. You may have did it as a kid when you was a little crazy, but to become a professional in whatever that was, you got to study the competition. So same thing here. Government contracting is about competition. So why wouldn't you study the competition to figure out how to take them out? Well, SAM.gov is exactly where we're capable of studying the competition, and it's right here in this data bank. The better you get with utilizing this, the more surgical you could be. But the first thing I wanted to show you guys, a lot of you guys, matter of fact, put a 1 in the chat if you see a bunch of posts about the money being spent to Ukraine, like how much money the government gives to Ukraine and all of the posts that they create. Put a 1 in the chat, and they try to get you emotional and say, why are we giving all this money to Ukraine? Like, that's just not right. Well, we about to change that right now. So you can come right here to contract data. Let me see, where is it at? Maybe it's number 2. National interest. The national interest. Maybe it's national interest. I say, well, I'm hearing things on repeat. All right, hold on. Sorry. Maybe it is national interest. I forget which one it is. All right. Anyways, these reports right here, they break down a lot of data. I can't remember if it's national interest or not, but we'll take a look at it. When you click on these, okay, you'll come here, you'll put like the month in. So we'll go 10/01/2022 to 04/10/2024. Now, one of the downsides about stuff like this is the government's supposed to be updating things in time, but honestly, they're not the fastest. Now, while that's working, I do want to pull up. Matter of fact, I think I got it on another site here. All right, so these are things for like hurricanes, FEMA type opportunities here. So as you can see, they spent $270 million. $270 million in a year for hurricanes. And it came out of the State Department and Department of Defense, mainly the Department of Defense right there. So you got to understand, like, okay, if that's the industry or lane that you were trying to go in, you know, you need to focus on the Department of Defense. And you can see exactly how much they were spending on this stuff. And, you know, you want to really understand the time frame that they spend this stuff in, because that's when you need to prepare yourself. If they spend it one time during that time frame, they're going to spend it again during that time frame. But a lot of information you can find right there about the national interest. There's another one that I wanted to show, but I'm mad that I can't find it right now. I think it may be behind this. Yeah, here we go. I forget where I got this from on SAM.gov. So I was talking about Ukraine. I got to look back and see which one of those reports it is again. I get confused, but it's in those reports that I showed you, and I'll go back and see if we can find it. So here's Ukraine right here. Okay, so if we look at the money being spent in Ukraine, and again, this isn't all the total. I need to zoom in here so you guys can actually see what's going on here. Don't forget, make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out with 3 other entrepreneurs, business owners, so you can find out, you know, how can you utilize SAM.gov to take you to the next level and win you millions of dollars as well. Go ahead as well, put a fire emoji down there in the chat, comment if you guys are enjoying this information. Now, here we go. Here's Ukraine. Again, this isn't all the money spent yet. This is just what's reported. It works a little bit differently than the average contracting opportunity because it's not really going through that whole proposal process. Okay, so anyways, we could take a look and say, okay, well, of course, DOD is spending the most money when it comes to Ukraine. We could up those numbers once we get all of the data in. But we see DOD, the State Department, and Energy, as well as AID, Agency for International Development. And, you know, there's a couple pennies down here for other things. Now, the other thing that I want to show you here, this is just a summary so you can get an understanding, like if you wanted to generate revenue for what's going on, and, you know, you don't get your emotions in the way, you see the agencies that are spending the money. So that's who you need to get yourself in front of. So far, what's been reported is 857 transactions from DOD, as well as 92 from the State Department. So, you know, it's 6 down here. And to me, that just wouldn't make sense for you to play around with Treasury or AID when there's only a couple of opportunities there. Instead, we want to go where all the opportunities are at, DOD. So then when I come down here and I look at the Ukraine mission report here, move this over, I can get a better understanding of, you know, let me get my emotions out of the way of what's going on and realize that America is a capitalistic country. And who's capitalizing off of this stuff? This also will give you a better understanding when you see things pop up on TV and they talk about what's really going on. Well, you know, let's just follow the money, and the money will tell us the truth, or at least it tells me the truth. But you guys can watch whatever you want and believe whatever you may have a feeling about. But I'm telling you, if you track this money down, you'll find out a whole different story about stuff. So anyways, again, DOD, Department of Navy, falls under DOD. Why would Department of Navy be spending a lot right now in Ukraine? That situation is, well, you got to get the supplies and stuff over there. This is like dealing with seas and things of that nature. So, of course, the Navy's going to be spending a lot. It ain't really our war yet. So, there's really no need for heavy army type spending, things of that nature. But anyways, I can now see, okay, the Navy, if this is what I wanted to get into, like, okay, I need to be registered with the Navy. I got to be registered with the Navy. And you can get an understanding, like, these things are moving fast. These contracts aren't, contracts that are taking a long time to procure. They're moving. So you also want to see their cost plus fixed fee contracts. Those are some contracts that you really want right there. Because, this is where, you're going to make extra money. Right. So you could definitely make some extra coins there. But once we start looking at what they want, guided missiles, well, that's probably going to knock most of us out. Right. So now when they talk about all that money that's being given to Ukraine, well, no. They got to buy those guided missiles from American-based companies, and then they're shipped over there to Ukraine. But the money stays right here. Matter of fact, it goes to, let's come down here. So you see, it was procured out of St. Louis, Missouri. There was only one source to provide these weapons. And guess who it was? Boeing Company. Boeing, the planes that they keep talking about having problems. Well, I guess the Boeing Company makes a lot of money in other places. So, why can't the Boeing Company fail? Well, how would you want a company failing that provides you guided missiles? I'm just saying, America's, we bullies. This is how we built off of. But anyways, I could keep coming down here and you can start to see, okay, BAE Systems, the Norfolk branch. Now, trust me, they got other branches and they got other names to their companies right here, but they're part of this too. But now we can see all of the American companies that are getting all of the money that was put out there. Now, I'm showing you this because you can have the possibility to generate the revenue too. Because they're not asking any of us how we feel about it. They're saying, hey, it's an opportunity out here for you to generate money. And we can't just keep letting Booz Allen and Blue Tech and Boeing and BAE Systems, which you see now they done switched to Systems GSC. They was Norfolk chapter or whatever they were saying up there. We can't just keep letting these people win all this money. This controls our economy. And you can see it's tons and tons of contracts. But how does no bill sales keep winning everything? It's got to be something with this. This is what I'm trying to advise to us. We got to get involved with government contracting. I'm not saying it to hate on these companies or none of that. I'm telling you, we need a piece of this pie. Every small business owner. Some point we got to wake up. Now, if you really want to wake up and see how things are operating, well, go see who these company owners support, who they vote for. I showed you guys in previous videos, you can go back on my YouTube channel, apps that you could pull up to see what companies support which campaigns for which candidates. And I ain't just talking about presidential candidates. You got to pay attention to all of the Congress people who are over war. You'll start to see a whole lot. You'll start to see a truth behind all this stuff that is just money. It's a coincidence, some would say, but I just say it's the money. And all of this is on SAM.gov too. This is what I'm showing you guys. You can go to SAM.gov and find out all of this information through the reports. They're not hiding it. It's our taxpaying money. They can't hide it. Now, I just wanted to show you guys that right there, but we got to get back to how do I get the $1 million off SAM.gov? Of course, again, we can go and search contract opportunities, but I told you guys, I like to research first. Before I step into a field, I got to get my base down so I know how to focus. And we were talking about building the pipeline. Well, most of you guys are probably going to be looking for the credit card spend. So once again, you come here to Data Bank, you go to the standard report, and you can come down here. You find it. Where is... Look, as I'm looking for stuff, I can't never find what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for, small business, purchase cards. There we go. All right. So again, purchase cards, these aren't going to be long-term contracts, but we need to allow data to tell us what's going on. Like, it's just the smartest thing to do. So I could do 10/01/2021 to 04/10/2024. Does anybody know why I'm typing 10/01? Can anybody in the comments, why am I looking at October 1st? Why I'm starting right there instead of January 1st? Put it in the comments to let me know. Hit execute. Now I got all this data right here. Now, we talk about credit card spending. Well, this is your credit card spending. It's the purchase cards for the federal government. Okay, just talking federal government right now. So as we look right here, yes, first quarter. October starts the first quarter of government contracting, the start of the fiscal year, which we're approaching the fourth quarter right now, whether y'all know it or not, when it comes to government contracting. So hopefully y'all been prepping for that. Anyways, are we already in June, July, August? No, July, August, September. Yeah, July, fourth quarter coming up. Anyways, back to the purchase cards. The purchase cards are the credit card spends. Now, is everybody going to become a millionaire off the credit card spending? Absolutely not. So I want to share with you guys the credit card spending. I told you, you have to make this thing a pipeline to where the smaller opportunities lead you into the bigger opportunities. This is the purpose of government contracting. It is for you to grow, not for you to hustle, right? And hustling to me is to play around with these purchase cards all day. I personally started out like this, but I kept taking the money from that and reinvesting it into the business so I could get bigger contracts. And you can too. That's how you get to $1 million real fast. So now let's talk about purchase cards. Again, it's the credit card swipe that can be done with government. Well, first of all, you could see one bad thing about government and the way they operate. They got so much data that you have to know what you want to get out of the data in order for it to tell you the story that you need to proceed forward. Because if you just think that the government's going to give you the data that you need laid out for you, you got another thing coming to you. They love collecting data, but they don't know how to search through it or none of that stuff. So they'll just give you all of this data and it's for you to figure out what does it mean. So, we can look here and say, okay, well, this is the spend for that year that I put in there and some change for the government for DOD. Now, again, the closer we get to 2024, even 2023, all the dollars aren't reported yet. But you could see that the DOD by themselves in that time frame spent over $1 trillion. They had 134 million transactions. Now, out of those transactions, we could see that the purchase card was used 122 million times. Okay? Then we can see the total dollar amount. $4 billion was spent on a credit card. Do y'all hear me? So you can easily say, okay, well, if I want to get credit card opportunities, chances are I should probably be looking at the DOD because they spend a lot of money on cards. So then we look at the VA. The VA is going to be the next group that spends a lot of money on cards. And we could come down here. What is this? Homeland Security. They spent quite a bit. Not that much, but it was quite a bit. And the other thing that I want to show you guys is, okay, here's the methods. Like, it's only 94 transactions with Department of Energy that they use the credit card on. There's only 262 transactions, 1,800 transactions. Like, as you can see, the DOD is the only ones swiping away. Everybody else in the VA, but everybody else is a couple hundred, couple thousand. So again, to me, statistically looking at the numbers, you can't survive like this. So, I hear people talking about it all the time. This is why I don't teach you to be stuck with this mindset of credit card spending that's going to take you to the next level. Look, you got to build that pipeline. You got to allow this to create past performance, to build relationships with the government, as well as with potential subcontractors or partners. You got to allow this to give you the money that you need to keep growing. But if you think that you about to become Bill Gates money with some credit card spending, you got another thing coming to you. And that's not me speaking off emotions. That's the data showing me how many transactions there are utilizing a credit card. And I didn't make this data up. I just went to SAM.gov like I showed you guys. So once again, you guys can go through this and see, okay, well, this is where I should be focusing at now. Me personally, I'm going to come to my software here, and I could have the SB money flow. And what I could have done through that report is look for the NAICS codes that they had right there. And one of the keys to this, right, is to understand, okay, well, we looked in the 2022-2023 year, so I could look at 2022 fiscal year and do 2023. But then if I put in those NAICS codes at the top, like the key to a lot of this is understanding when does that customer spend that money. I got to know when they spend that money. Well, again, we've done some of the quick research for you. You could come down here and see, okay, well, a lot of the spending gets done around Q4 is when I keep seeing these spikes, Q4. Well, chances are that they probably spending that money in Q4 too. And this is just so I can move fast. Now, if you really want to dive down into it, we would go to fpds.gov, find the contract, get the month and all that stuff. And we know exactly the time frame to the T of when it's being spent. But I need to get a quick idea so I know what direction I should be moving in. So when I do get to fpds.gov, I'm focused. I'm only researching what I need. And the only thing that I need is my pipeline. That's all that matters. But a lot of you guys, you refuse to build out this pipeline, and this is what's making it so much harder for you. So SAM.gov, you guys can come back here, go to the data bank, and I'm telling you, even when it comes to products, Like, you want to sell your products to the government? Well, that falls under here. Where's Buy America? Buy America. Geographical. Oh, these some local set aside opportunities too. You can look at your local area, find out some things. Where is my Buy America? Did I pass it? Trade agreements. Oh, you can also look at transactions by your NAICS code. You can do a report right there too. Must have passed it. Where's Buy America? Buy America. Oh, there we go. All right. So the Buy American Act, this is literally, the report of saying, hey, you got to buy your products from American-based manufacturer. The government can't buy products from other countries. All products need to be manufactured by the United States. So the Buy American Act are all the products. It's literally that simple. And once again, you just go through here, put it in. Now, what I do like to do is download this stuff, okay, and have it in Excel, because then I can go manipulate the data. How I showed you guys here with this. Now that I got it in Excel format, I can come and manipulate. If you know how to utilize Excel, you can come to manipulate the data. Even if you don't know how to utilize Excel, hopefully your Chat GPT game is up, or your AI game is up, because you could upload the file in there, and then you could talk to Chat GPT and tell it what you're looking for out of this data, and let Chat GPT shuffle through the data and figure out how to give you the answers that you seek. But the key to it, again, is you need to know what you want, because it's so much. Look at all of this data. Half of this stuff is useless. Probably more than half of it is useless. But again, the government love collecting data. You guys can come back here and see, even on these deals, you can see how much money is being spent on each opportunity here. So what, one guided missile costs $80,000. Some of these other ones down here, this is what, $2 million right here. What did $2 million cost? What did they get for $2 million? Let's see. This is out of Florida. The company is located out of Florida. It was a full and open competition. Anybody could have got it. But they won it out of Florida. And what is it for? Transportation, travel, marine charter. Yeah, I don't know what that was doing, but hey, they won themselves $2 million for transportation, travel, relocation, marine charter. And again, we could easily take the contract number, go investigate it some more. But now, again, we have the NAICS code right here. So, I would go over to my SB Money Flow tool, put these NAICS codes in there, and get busy. Because now I can just pull up everything that I need with a click of a button. Or you can go utilize SAM.gov, FPDS.gov, USAspending.gov, and do your research. This is the contract number. You can easily take this right here. Now, granted, these are like mission type contracts, so it probably ain't no other contracts in FPDS.gov. I mean, this one will pop up. So we'll probably have to, okay, well, I'll take that back. So we can see Crowley Technical Management. If I click on them, I can see that they win quite a bit of opportunities with Department of Navy. I mean, 10 million there. This is probably way more than that. They're winning quite a bit of money. So you can see, they've been players in this space for quite a while, in particular with Department of Navy. So to uproot them and not have them supply Department of Navy anymore is probably going to be slim to none. So it behooves you to start to wind. So now we talk about spending money. What do I got to spend money on? I got to figure out how to wine and dine and decision maker at Crowley Technical Management if this is what I truly want to do. And I'm pretty sure they're a large company based off, their wins without really looking into them. I'm pretty sure they're a large company. So the only way that we're going to really be able to work together is we got to utilize some small business opportunities that they can't access without me, or maybe women-owned opportunity, 8A, a hub zone. Maybe they're not veterans. They probably are vets though. But all of those things is like, what can I bring to the table with them? But again, they're making quite a bit of money. So it's going to take a lot of whining and dining. You're going to have to get out there on the golf course. They probably already got boats and yachts. So I don't think your yacht will impress them at all because they deal with the Navy. So I'm pretty sure they got yachts of their own. You will have to figure that out. That's part of this competition thing. This is why I love this space right here, because now you got the freedom to figure out, how do I build up the right team to go after this contract? And is the right team Crowley Technical? Well, you better do your research, because research is showing me, they the right team. It ain't nobody else. But again, I just looked them up. I would really need to look up the agency spending the money to see who else they're spending money with, because they may be spending more money with another contractor. You never know. But once again, SAM.gov is where you can find a lot of this stuff at. I think I ended up leaving the site, but hopefully you've seen different ways that you can go about researching and finding information.
It's just different.
Because as I stated before, none of this stuff really works if you don't get your base right. I promise you guys, you have to get your foundation set up correctly in order for this thing to operate correctly so you can get your millions. If you don't know what you want, then you just going to keep looking at a bunch of data. And if you hunting down contracts at the last minute, I'm telling you, that's not a good strategy to have. Now, the last thing I'll say about this, when we start talking about those credit card spendings, getting your feet in the door, like, your local government and your state government will be easier to get credit card opportunities than your federal government. But we are approaching the time of the federal government to be the easiest time for you to win a federal government opportunity. I'm not telling you the fourth quarter generates the most money. That's not true. The fourth quarter with government, the most solicitations come out because they're on a use it or lose it method. So there's a lot of solicitations that are going to come out for a couple $1,000s of things of that nature because they got to get this money off of their desk, as well as opportunities right under $4 million, right under $2 million that they could directly award without competition. All of this happens during the fourth quarter. So this is a great time to get involved with federal government contracting as well, because this is the time that people get their feet wet. Okay, so keep that in your mind. But honestly, you got to be building the relationships with the government right now. You should have been doing it before, so you could be on that email list when they're sending out these last minute opportunities during this fourth quarter. This is a lot of relationship driven opportunities. Not saying that things can't happen on SAM.gov, but my success with government contracting has come off me building my relationships, not me just throwing things over the fence on SAM.gov because I heard somebody say do that. No, I do not believe that you can get wealthy that way. May you win a couple dollars here and there, absolutely, but you're not going to know what you did. And that is a scary place to be in business when you don't know what you did to make money. We got to understand what we're doing every step of the way, because the minute that it works, we have to be able to wash, rinse, and repeat. Do it again, but this time do it better and do it faster. If you don't have systems in place to track this information, this is where you start to set yourself up for failure. And hopefully the failure none of you guys experience. I hope that you guys enjoyed this information. Drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask your question now before I get out of here, and I will answer those questions while I am on here. But before I get to those questions and before I do get up out of here, I want to remind you guys that if you need more information on government contracting, like if you need to learn more, I want you to go to GovCon cheat codes with the S.com. Come down here to programs and go to GovCon Cheat Code University. I got an entire university of training with tons of videos, as well as we do meet once a month to make sure that you guys are staying up to date with what's going on. You can also access our government software of SB Money Flow and Pure Money AI right here, and our consultations if that's something that you're looking for too. I did start another program that I'm highly advising you guys to get into. If you go to MiddleMansClub.com, once again, that is MiddleMans with a S, club.com. Well, I would highly advise you, definitely those of you looking for consultations, I believe it would be smarter to just join my MiddleMans Club. It's a whole lot cheaper, and we meet once every other week for an hour, and literally I help you with what you need, as well as I teach you some things about this stuff called middleman work for the government. So if you're looking to do middleman contracting for the government, you would get in the GovCon Middleman's Club. If you would like to do middleman work, period, okay, that is called affiliate marketing, whether you know that or not. So if you want to become the next level affiliate marketer, trust me, I make quite a bit of money off affiliate marketing, and I'm sharing those tactics with you. You just get in our regular Middleman's Club. But if you want access to both of them, you can become an elite Middleman Club person, and you're going to be meeting with us 4 times a month. For $99 a month, one of my consultations costs $99 a month for 30 minutes. So this is why I'm telling you, you're going to get 4 hours with me each and every month for $99 a month if you become an elite Middleman's Club member. And then tell somebody else about it. And here's the thing, since we're talking Middleman's Club, when you tell somebody else to join and they utilize your link, you're going to get 75% commission. So that $99 that I got right there, you'll get 75% commissions each and every month. So hopefully you guys will start to understand the power of being a middleman, starting with me. So once again, visit middlemansclub.com. Join us over there, and I'm looking forward to helping you guys excel yourselves to the next level by being the best middleman that you could possibly be. Or middle lady too, when I say middlemans, all right? Cool. I don't believe I see any questions in there. Once again, I appreciate you guys. We will be back here tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone, going over some tools that can help you guys out, as well as SB Money Flow. But we're going to be showing other tools that can help you guys out when it comes to this thing called government contracting. So make sure you put it on your calendar. Make sure you, again, are going back to the YouTube channel and watching all of the training that we got up there. We are live every week, Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. I hope that you guys stay blessed. I love you all, and I'll talk with you later.